I'm going to do this little video. I know I should be beautiful, but my dog is just very wired up, so we're just going to do this real quick. And I know that I need, the video, and I'm on TikTok, okay? And I'm trying to figure out ways to get products because I am on a fixed income. But if I go get a job somewhere, it's going to take 2 weeks to get that check, and then that's, whatever. So I'm trying to figure out ways to make money online, and I'm trying to say this honestly. If everybody would have just let me be a beautiful coach with my Lisa Love Souls channel and all the Gmails I had to have, because everybody wanted to own my content, and it wasn't all in my head. There was people that had my identity and people that loved my business and people loved my light. And they were spiritualists and they were not for my best good, of course. And they wanted to take it from me, and they got into my Google ID with my paper docs. And then the state of Florida decided to shut all that down, my SSA and everything, and say that I needed an agent. Crapola. And it was all crap. It was the same people that wanted my gifts to be, I'm out of my mind. Spiritualists. You understand what happened to me. And if you were all spiritual and you know that happens, and now I'm learning more about it, we need to save those people from that insanity. Not just a tarot read, not just somebody telling them. We need to literally research stories and go get that person away from that situation. Say, no, they're not crazy. You just don't understand the gifts. Leave them alone. And then instead of putting them in a spiritual box on the medias and or letting them live outside being abused with it because they don't understand it, why don't we do more about it and say, leave this person alone. They might have some gifts, and find out if they do or don't, and do it accordingly, and still let them have a greater profile so they can make money. That might be their income. That might be the only thing they can do. That might be their source of income, is to use the media. You don't have a right to shut their medias down. I don't care who you are. You can recommend that they say something, do something else, or whatever, but you just took money out of their mouth. At the same time, that person that's doing that to them could be could be a group of lunatics that sold their docs that are spiritualists and demonic and want to own them. And now you look at them like they need to get off the internet because they look pathetic, and you don't know what they're going through. Maybe you should do some research. If someone says their paper docs have been stolen on the internet 100 times like I did, and I keep trying to make content and nobody ever hears them, then maybe they're being abused. Maybe they're being blocked. Maybe they're being hurt. You should go get them and make sure they're okay, and give them some money or give them housing and do something. Because I went through it. I didn't know what was happening to me. Nobody ever heard me. Like, nobody heard me. And I had 100 Gmails, 100 profiles, 100 everything. And I felt like I was in hell. I'm like, I don't know what's happening to me. I didn't do anything. What happened to me? And I couldn't ever be heard again. And I made 20,000 Gmails and 20,000 profiles and 20,000 phones, like I was in some sort of a time warp, third world country, and nobody could hear me. And I couldn't figure out what was happening to me. And I still don't know exactly how many people were doing it. So, no, that's not acceptable. If we're healers and we're spiritualists and we're tarot readers and we're whatever we're doing and we're trying to heal people, then we need to research a certain person going through that. We need to go find out. If people are being mean to them, like Masons or men or exes, family members, whomever it is, then we need to go get that person and find out. And if the state, wherever they're at, is trying to label them crazy when they're really not and they're gifted, then we need to make sure we protect them without shutting them down, because I understand why you want to do that, with more like helping them be seen if they're really gifted, and give ways to honestly talk to them and test their spirituality and then find out if they're legitimate. And then that's it. Then they get left alone, and then they have to pick a group to be a part of so they don't get hurt. I didn't understand what the hell was happening to me. I just went zero and went behind a dumpster. I could never make another dollar or be hurt. And I thought, I don't know what's happening. It just kept making me more angry and make more profiles. So then all the media think I'm nuts. Well, no, some people didn't want me to be hurt and had my identity in my Akashic records because I was a threat to them, because I was a natural beauty and a natural creator and a natural gifted person. And I don't care if my family didn't want me to talk about family problems. They could have come to me directly and said, hey, please don't speak about me. And that's it. Not random people shutting me down and I don't know what's happening to me. And I feel like I'm in a third world country and I'm being abused and then I'm freaking out. It broke my brain. We don't want to do that to people if we're healers, do we? No. So let's do better. I deserve to be a creator, and I lost everything, and I suffered terrible. I wasn't sitting at home in my nice cozy house having a nice full-time job and I was just learning about it. No, I was suffering horribly because my medias were completely shut down and I couldn't make any money. And that's how I made money. And then I had my brain shut down. Then that's all I had left was to do that. Now I'm outside trying to do that. Don't do that to people. Don't ever do that to a healer, a gifted soul, someone that's trying to heal their family or heal other people or be a creator. Never been a creator online, never even done tech online before, because now it's a situation where it's a pandemic and now they got a head trauma and they really want to work online and say, screw it. Let them. Don't be jealous. Don't be hateful. Don't be somebody from their past that knows them and wants to take it from them. I don't care if it's a family friend or whoever. It doesn't matter who. You have a problem with somebody saying, you say, please don't say that. And that's the end of that. And then maybe that creator won't talk about it anymore or whatever. Or they'll have a coffee and talk about it in person if there's an issue. I'm sorry. Moving right along, but my family never talked to me. But it doesn't matter. Whoever's trying to get you to be quiet needs to explain themselves and not do a Google takeover on your whole life. So you never ever make any money at all and you're owned behind a dumpster. Would you want that done to you? That's abuse. That is not healing anything. That's abuse. So let's do better as healers and spiritualists, tarot readers, whatever we're doing. We're supposed to love someone that's going through an awakening or going through a process of learning that they're a healer and trying to be one. And I would have been fine. That would have never happened to me. I would have been living in my apartment. I would have been being a life coach, spiritual coach. I'd have been selling products. I would have been doing all of it. But everybody kept shutting me down. I had to make 100 different Gmails, 100 different profiles. I kept saying, what the hell is happening to me? I felt like somebody was stabbing me and I didn't know who it was. And I couldn't make it stop. And I had to keep trying, and my brain broke, and that was it. And I have epilepsy, so no, you don't do that to anyone, ever, for any reason. Just no. That's no. There's no excuse for it. I don't care. You're not protecting them. You're scaring the shit out of them. And you're definitely not right to be taking people's gifts away and their creative profiles because you're evil or competing, because that's crazy. We should be able to honestly compete with each other and do it naturally and learn from each other and heal each other, care. That's all I was trying to teach, and I got destroyed. And I didn't know where it was coming from. So no more. Let me be a creator. Let me feel calm to be able to build businesses and have products and feel like everything's not going to be ripped away from me. Because I didn't deserve that. I wasn't doing anything wrong to anyone. And I just want my creator profiles and my life back. And I want to be able to make 100 YouTubes and have 100 creator profiles and be beautiful and gorgeous like I always was. But it made me act crazy because I couldn't make it stop. One minute I'm seen, next minute I'm not seen. Who's controlling me? I don't have an agent. So there's nobody that's supposed to be controlling me ever. You're being a predator when you're doing that. You're not being a friend. You're not helping me be a creator. You're owning and controlling what I can say or not say and censoring me without my consent. And it's not Google. And it's not Facebook. So, it's not right. Do you, boo.